So if you absolutely need to find a reference image, there's something called Creative Commons. So if you put in Creative Commons, you can go to the Creative Commons website, and these are all images that are copyright free. However, you can't necessarily use them without giving credit to the author. It depends on the image. So they all have different licensing and abilities for you to use them and different ways that you can use them. So this is how this works. In the Creative Commons, these are all legally you can use them, but there's different rules for different images. So if you have an image and you want to make it Creative Commons for everyone to use, you have to submit it here. You have to give up your rights to the image forever, though. You can't make it a Creative Commons image and then change your mind and want it back in the future, because other people may have already used it. So you can go to search, and I can type in things like Detroit skyline. For instance, this is a great way to find photographs. And this is showing me all these different images of Detroit that are Creative Commons. However, when I click on different images, they have different licensing requirements. So if I click here, this one tells me if I use this, I have to give credit to the creator, and I'm not allowed to make adaptations or derivatives. I can't change this picture in any way. I can filter over here to decide, okay, which ones I want to use. And each one of these it has a little question mark that will tell you this work has been marked and dedicated to the public domain. This is actually the most free license where you can use it and you don't have to give credit. They all have little codes. And these codes have different meanings. So this one, Creative Commons 0, it's no credit is required. The work can be remixed or redone in any way. It can be sold as well. So if you needed something for a collage or something you were doing and you wanted to sell it, you could do that. That would be the best pictures to use under this license, because you don't have to give credit. With this one, you must give credit to the author, and you can remix it and sell it though. But somewhere you have to note who originally created that image. And then, so there's all sorts of them that go on and on. This is another one. You have to give credit to the author, but you can remix it, and it can be sold. Where this one, like we just saw, you must give credit to the author, but they don't want it to be remixed, or it has to be used in its original way. So if you wanted a photo for a brochure and you weren't going to change the photo, you're just going to place it on the brochure, you could do that. And you could sell it as well. So there's these different codes that you can look into. So when I'm searching for an image, what I like to do is search up here, or if you hover over these images, it'll say, oh, you can't use this one for profit. You have to give attribution to the author. So you just have to be aware of that. But you can, if you want to keep it really simple, you can just search for images of Detroit that you don't have to give credit to the author. So these are all images. Look there's not that many though. Now, when you're ready and when you go to sell this image or have it on your website, that's when you'd want to give credit to the author. So there's different ways to do that. So on the Creative site, they have different examples of how to give attribution to the author and credit to the author. So if you go up here, attribution, it's called, this actually gives you the exact way to give credit, and it's giving the title of the artwork, by who it was originally created by, and you have to include the original license for what Creative Commons license that is. Any picture that you click on will actually show you this. So over here, if I click on this picture, it'll allow me to copy and credit the author, even though this one doesn't require that I do that. So I can copy it here. So some of these other ones, say I chose one that wants, this one, they want to be credited. So if I click on a photo that I know I have to give credit to the author, and it says it right here, I can copy and paste this right on top of my photo or underneath my photo on my website, just to make sure that if that author ever comes across this, they can see that I'm giving credit to them, and then I won't sue them or call for copyright infringement. So you can also, on this site, if you go to the images website, you can download it straight from the website. So if it's on a Flickr site like this, what you may want to do is I always go to the download button. I look for a download button. If I don't see a download button, you can right click and save as. But here I can choose different sizes. And this is always great because you can get a lot bigger, higher quality images here if I just download from there. But some of them have different sites that they're on. So it just depends on where you get your image from. Another way to find fair use, royalty-free Creative Commons images is if you go to Google, and let's type the same thing, Detroit skyline. And I'm going to Google that. If I go to images, now all the images that you Google are definitely not Creative Commons. You have to check the license for whatever you use. So in order to find just Detroit skyline Creative Commons images, you can go into Google Images, you go to Tools, and you go under to Usage Rights. If you go to Usage Rights, then you can specifically look for Creative Commons, and it will just filter out and show you Creative Commons images. So I would ignore all of these ads at the top and go down here. So all of these are Creative Commons images. So if I click on them, they still, remember with Creative Commons, have different licenses. So if I click on this one, I can show me the license details. If I do that, it takes me right to Creative Commons websites, and it says it's a Creative Commons picture. So you're welcome to use it, but you have to share and give credit to the author. That's what the person means on this. So right here, it says you are free to share, redistribute, adapt, remix. You have to give attribution, though, and appropriate credit where due. So it'll tell you right on there. It takes you right to Creative Commons. So you always want to check the license. And then to open this, I'm going to click on the picture. And this one takes me to Wikimedia, which is a branch of Wikipedia. And it's here. I know because I checked the license that I need to give credit to the author. So I'll do that when I'm done with this. But here, anything on Wikipedia or Wikimedia, underneath it, it'll tell you the sizes, the different resolutions of what you can download. So obviously, a smaller pixeled image is going to have less quality. And the higher pixeled image will give you a lot better quality. You can print it larger and see it better. So I always like to do the highest quality. So I can click on it. And then from here, you just right click and save image as. And I can save it. Okay, and then if I go back, let's try a different one. Flickr has a lot of royalty-free Creative Commons images. I could see it's from Flickr down here. I also still need to look at the license. And this one is, I can't sell it for profit, but I can use it and give attribution to the author if I use it. So that's fine. If I go back here, and then I click on the picture, it should take me to Flickr. And now in Flickr, if you download from Flickr, I don't right click and save. If you see a download button, use the download button because it'll allow you to download in certain sizes. So I always pick the largest size and I download it in its original size. So you can go through Google, you can go through Creative Commons website, but you always have to check the license. If you go through Creative Commons, the nice thing is it will show you how to attribute the work. It makes it much easier to give attributions at the end and to give credit. Because remember, when you click on it, it'll actually show you exactly how to credit it. And it's not difficult, but it gives you the license number and everything.